Welcome back, guys. I've got a week off work, so I thought I might I've done like a list up of what I need to do to the Falcon coupe to keep progressing with it. I've had this ongoing problem with this car. Well, it's been blowing smoke on startup when it's hot, bit of puff when you take off from the lights when it's hot. Everything happens when it's hot. I was hoping it was the turbo, so I pulled the turbo off, got the engine running, and yeah, when you do a hot start, it puffs smoke out the exhaust. So yeah, it's got blow-by issues. So I'm like, I can keep running it, or I could pull a thing apart, get oversized pistons, do it all again, do it properly this time. Ever since I leaned this motor out and I torched a hole in the cylinder head, got the bores honed, kept the original pistons right at limits of what it could be, as in piston to ball clearance. But yeah, so I pulled it apart, gonna go ahead with it, pull the pieces, and I thought, you know what, stuff that. I haven't got the pistons yet. I've ordered from the States, JE forged pistons. So yeah, so what I might do is put this car back together. It's still running, it's still good to drive around and stuff. It's terrible, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to I don't want to work on the car this week, because once I pull it apart, it's just going to be another vehicle laying around, taking up room, have to push in and out of the shed, because I need to put new wheel bearings on the Jeep. I need to put in that hood lining that I pulled down in the BF wagon. That's probably a few hours work there. So yeah, put this thing back together now. So as you'll see in the last video, me and my brother, we went to Brisbane. Totally, like he said, he had a plan on going there for a while, but the bloke was stalling because he started a new job and couldn't work out of time. But he said, my brother said he's going to drive up there by himself to pick up this Falcon XB Ute parts car. And I thought, you know what, let's just do it together. That way we can take turns of driving. So we left here at midnight and didn't get back till 8:30 that night. So it was a big day, but we took turns of driving. So it was a good run. But I'll show you, he's given me the bonnets. He only paid $300 for the car, but he's given me the bonnets. I've got the doors here as well. I'll just show you. So I'll just go to the side of the house. So I didn't need the bonnets, but I figured if he's get off and give them to me, I'll take them, just sit on them for now. But I just gotta find somewhere to store them other than here. I haven't even looked at them since I put them here 3 days ago. Just worked a weekend. So yeah, wild violet, beautiful colour. Yeah, it's one of the doors off the XC. Nowhere near as bad as mine. I haven't really looked, but that's an XA door by the looks of it, obviously. Cool as that colour. Here's the bonnet. Really good condition. Like, I haven't been able to really look over it for like dents, but rust wise it's really good, and it hasn't got the creases like that. When you know they've been abused, they've got the creases here. It's got none of that, and this bonnet here's a definite winner. Unreal. So mine was actually a lot worse than this. My edges were all gone, all rusted out, but this is definitely, like, it's even got the original. All this is he's better condition than the bonnet I've had to work with. So yeah, I might even put this in the car yet. I don't know. Something I can just sit on and keep hanging up on the wall in the shed. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, so I might in this video I might show you how I'm going to put the doors back together. So I was missing one of the door sliders, so I should be able to get one now, one of these doors. My brother's got like, I think he said he's got like 7 doors now, so he's got a little collection. I just told him, just reskin them. Don't worry about trying to block the doors. These doors have got a unique sort of shape about them, and it's really difficult to get it right. But yes, I'll put this car back together now and start with the doors. Before I fix this Escort back up again, get off the hoist. I might show you underneath. This is the first time I've had this car up in the hoist. Like all this time I've had it. I think the G6E, the silver car, the FG Turbo, I've got to put that up in here too and see what it's like. But just a bit of an effort having to wheel this thing out of the road. A coupe, just to get access to it. So, where do I start? World Cup cross member from the UK. Retro Ford, sump. But yeah, people don't really care about that. Let's talk about the Falcon related stuff. We'll go from the back to the front. So that's a 75 series early XE Falcon diff, been cut down. Damn, that's short. Who'd look at the Falcons? But it's got the Nissan R31 rear disc brake setup. There's big pumps hiding. Twin Bosch 200s. There's a Gibson's tail shaft, custom made. Can't even see the sticker on it. But yeah, source actuator, unreal. Probably gonna lose that soon. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Yeah, there's your Ford C4, Dello bell housing, upgraded sump, holds more fluid. Yeah, that speedo cable is out of that car. But yeah, this is it. So I'll put it back on the ground now. Still run the original fuel tank while it's under there. It's there for looks, really, doesn't do anything. But these take the same sender as the Falcons. Yeah, that's about it. I'll fix this car up and move on. Back into it again. About 5 days has passed since I've done that last little bit. Since then I've repaired the Jeep, put new wheel bearings at the back. That was absolute mission. And I installed new hood lining in the BF Falcon. And then yesterday, went for a drive out west. Explain to you what I've done. But I've got this Ford C4, or you call it, like people call them the C10, because it's got this flange bit. It goes off there in the middle of the screen there. So I've got that reconditioned. That's the original one out of this car. I was needed to get a proper torque converter to suit the type of cam I'm going to be running. I was talking to my brother and looking at that Falcon XB we just picked up, and that's got a factory Borg Warner single rail, I should say, single rail 4-speed transmission. And said my brother, I wouldn't mind running that in the coupe. And then yeah, people told me that they're pretty weak, they're not very strong. So I got on one of the Facebook groups and I asked everyone, you know, what they like, and everyone's telling me, I don't know, a lot of people saying go a T5 or go to top loader, and I price the top loaders, they're freaking expensive. So yeah, talking a lot of different people that I thought, you know what, stuff this shit. There's people out there who said they had them behind 351s, no dramas. It all comes down to driving style and what you plan on doing with the transmission. So this car's going to be a nice cruiser that goes all right. That's it. So what I've done, me and my brother and my son yesterday went for a drive out Dubbo at Wellington, and I met up with this fella. He had a single rail Borg Warner. We'd done the research. I thought it was Falcon XB, but it's Falcon XC, so I'll show you this. Here it is here. 250 bucks. Yeah, tiny little gearbox. It looks like it's been sitting at the weather. I've already had the top cover off it, and I pulled the back extension housing off, and that little nose piece. Taking that off, had a good look at it. Yeah, the insides look brilliant. And for those people that might think my 2V 351 is going to bust that, it sure as hell will if I go dump the clutch in first gear, or revving it in first gear while I'm driving, then dumping it in second. It will break. You can break any transmission if you want to break it, but I got on YouTube, as I do, I've done the research, and there's a guy he's right into the Hemi 6 cylinders, and he's got a 320 cubic inch 6-cylinder Hemi. Watching this video, he's got it in like a Charger ute, a Valiant ute. It's got like was it 320 kilowatts of 430 horsepower at the hubs, and he's running drag radials on it. Yeah, and he's got another video where he done little mods to this single rail, and it's just like, yeah, there's people out there running them, but obviously if you're going to go drag racing the car or you want to go doing skids and shit, well, you're on the limits of what it can do. But if I have any problems with this transmission, I can easily, the top loader uses the same bell housing that I'm going to buy yet. So yeah, the only thing I need to do, put a seal kit through it, and this guy I bought it off sells these quick shifter kits for him. It gets rid of the problems I have with the gear stick. So I'll just get up on the bench. I need to pull it apart again there's one of the items in it, the parts in it, it's really bad condition. So I'm talking to the guy who I bought it off. He's going to work me through it. So the problem I have with these, same as the Escorts, the nylon bush or nylon thread that goes into here for the gear stick, a strip. So yeah, what they do, this guy sells an aluminium one that goes into that, but he tells me this thread's in really good condition. But it's got really water. This must be sitting out for a while. Water's got in. It's rusted this section, but really easy to work on. So all I do is undo all these. I'll get off camera and I'll show you. So you'd never guess that it looks like really good inside. I can't find anything wrong with it. I haven't changed gears with it yet. So I haven't got the gear stick, but there's a little pin that goes through here. I've knocked that out. I noticed this guy I was telling you about before, he just puts a bolt and screw through there, holds that in place. So all I have to do now is take off this rear extension housing, and yeah, have a look at this. So extension housing's off. It's got this little cover, goes on the back. Pop that off, get access to there. So pop this little, I think it's rail, I forget what it's called, but yeah, so that goes on here like so. But you see here it's in a really bad way, so I reckon it'd work, but I'm not happy with it. I could just weld all over it, then dress it back and get it back to spec, you know. But I'll see what this guy has to say. He wants some really good photos of it, so you can see what the issue is going to be with it. I just sent photos of that rusted out item to the seller. He's going to see if he's got replacement ones for me, but I might just put this thing back together now and just, actually I can leave it like that for now. Yeah, now it's time. This obviously needs a good clean. Put a seal kit through it. Yeah, I'll probably do one episode on that for you, but I think it's time to get onto these doors. So I've just got these, started getting all these door stuff together. So I've got these regulators, them ready. So I've got two passenger side, one driver side. Yeah, so got one slider here. They're both passenger side. The good thing about this Falcon XB Ute my brother just scored is it's got 3 doors. So that's a passenger side door. This over here is the driver's side. I've got another passenger side door for an XA in the wild Violet. You can see the slider here that I've already had compared to this, how they're different. So I'm going to get the slider out of this door. See a rat's nest. Then I can use these doors as a guide how to put my doors together. I should have all the bits and pieces I'll need in this box over here, so I'm going to have to sort through it, see what I need. Just looking over these doors, and you got these inner door belts. I always wondered how the hell you get these out. So I see it's got little slots there for it. So yeah, these come out, but as they come out they break and shit, but this one obviously is in a very sad way. So I was thinking, I know I've got these in the kit, but I wonder if these things come with it. Is it something I have to buy separately? So knowing my luck, I thought, yep, this will dislodge me from, hell, finished on this today. But so I've just gone through this full rubber kit that I got for this car ages ago, and luckily it has them already on there. So I think it'd be easy to put this in first before I start trying to, I'm not going to put, I've got, over here I've got the original windows that come out of this car, which I lost for a while. But unfortunately, they're badly scratched, if you can see that. They're badly scratched, as they usually do. The rubber out of door belt, the seal bit gets really hard, the rubber gets hard, and it just scratches the window. So here's another one that comes out of an XC door. It's not overly bad, but well, I have to worry about using these. But before I put these brand new $400 each windows, before I put these in, I'm going to put the others in first to make sure the door works, and then I'll swap these over. And yeah, it looks pretty straightforward. It's just a good thing that I've got these doors, so I've got an idea how it goes together. These little suckers, get a good go with the camera. Can't get close. Yeah, see them there, they have to sort of clip into these little slots, as I was showing you before up in here. And I found it very difficult to click them in by hand. So what I've done, I just got a hammer and this extension, put it behind it, get it nice and firm in place, just give it a tap, and they click in. So yeah, this is good now. Bit of a crease there, I don't know why. Maybe the window goes up against it. I don't know. Thought it might have been need to pull this a bit just to tighten it up, but no, it didn't make a difference. So, yep, it is what it is. Certainly better than what I had to work with, and that was nothing. Well, I've got this. Yeah, pretty ordinary condition. Do the other side now. I get carried away doing both sides, doing those seals. Put these door handles. So these are the old handles. Could have reused them. They're not overly bad. Bit of a clean up, but I thought, nah, just get new ones. So here they are, newbies. So I'll put that in. Get these doors working so I can open and close them. That way it'd be easier to do it now than having glass in there. I reckon I've been at this door mechanism now, for this one particular problem that it shows for about 2 hours. I'll show you what I found. So you've got this, this is the one I got from Rare Spares. Looks beautiful. Problem I'm having, so this arm here, I can explain the best I can. When you lift the handle, that pulls that up. The trouble is, it pulls up, right? You see that? It's hard to do this in one hand, but so that's normal. You pull it up, the door opens, you lock the door, then you go to unlock the door, but that's staying up. You have to use a reasonable amount of force to pull that down. It's not much, but it's just enough. It's just enough that you can't unlock the door, and the spring on the mechanism, which I'll show you now, will not unlock it, will not retract it. So that's in, it's hard to explain to you, but that's in lock position. That's your locking mechanism. That's locked, unlocked, locked. So that's locked. This thing here, you pull that up, see that? That springs really easily, but when you got a bit of load on it from this, it's sitting like that. So it's sitting down a bit, and you will see over here, difficult to do this one hand, but so you see that, right? See that thing there, plate. Just look, go back to normal. See that plate? See that plate there? That moves it across and stops the door valve open. The trouble is, this doesn't retract properly, and then you can't unlock the door. So I'm looking at the factory one. This one's in a sad way, but look how easy that moves. Just really, really loose. So that's the flaw, I think, with these replacement ones. It's just that little bit tight. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do just to make that little bit free it up a bit. Might just use a bit of lubricant on it and just keep moving up and down until it frees up a bit. But yeah, that's a problem. And it took me a while to get this damn thing in. This seal that goes around here, it just doesn't want to sit and lit properly. This door skin is a China one too, it's not an Australian made one. but that may not be the issue, but yeah. Right, I'll see if I can free this up and see if we can move forward. So I've had to make a modification. So so that's locked. That's locked. Can't open it. Unlocked. You hear it click. Unlocked. So I shouldn't have to do this, but torch to show you this. Oh. Put a spring. See that spring? I put a spring in there. Shouldn't have to do that, but it works. That's the main thing. It's a problem you have when you put aftermarket. Sometimes when you put aftermarket stuff in, you got to make little modifications because they can't always get it as good as what the factory had. I'd be interested to see how other people went with that, but it now has its full swing, where if that was pushed, if that was stuck like, so that's locked, if that's down a bit, right, if that's it, up a bit, you don't get the full travel. It's limited, but then when that pulls itself down, you get its full travel. Righto, move on. I took that spring out of the door just to see if I can work without it, and I found a way. So I've got the door that's unlocked. Lock it, and then when you go to use the handle, use it slowly. Go to unlock it, it doesn't go up properly. So what I'll do, get back to locking position, just go. Then it unlocks. So I think that's the trick. So we've got to persevere with it because it's see, look at this. That's knackered. But that you can't even use that as an example. That's shit. This one is missing. It's got nothing there. So yeah, just have to work with that. It's just tight. I suppose that'd be a good security measure. Someone tries to pick the door and then they still can't get in it, but then they'll probably get in for here anyway. But I'll probably end up being a little obsessive of electronics as I am. I'll probably end up putting a mobiliser in this anyway, an alarm or whatever. I've got other security measures in place, but I can't really speak about what they are. But I've also lost these rods that go in the door. They go from the door handle to that locking mechanism, and I've got one. It comes out of that. Here it is. Here it comes out of that XA door that I've got out the back there. The two originals, I remember they were hanging around when I was at Mum and Dad's place and I had the double garage. They were hanging around there, and I don't know what the hell's happened to them. If I've seen them, I would have put them aside and put them with the rest of the parts. But so I'll have to. I don't really urgently need them for now. Like the door handles are knackered anyway. I'll put them over here, but the door handles that I need. I took one out of the XA. Here's one here that actually hasn't fallen apart. This is one of the original out of the coupe, but the spring doesn't even retract in it. Yeah, so I'll have to get two new ones. I know the Escort uses the same type. So the rod that's actually in this door, back in the day, I found it laying around and I thought, oh yeah, I'll use that to hang stuff off when I'm painting. I cut it in half and I realised what the hell it was. These cars are the worst, we're getting parts. So I ended up just welding it back together and keep using it again, but that's a common fault. This door trim's a bit thick, and when you try to put these clips on, they crack. But the Falcon's ones of these are chrome, so it's 5:30 in the afternoon. Usually I wrap it up, go inside and chill out, but I think I'll push on. I've only got another day off and I'm back to work, so that there, here's that what I was telling you before, it's a little bit tight. You wouldn't think so, like when it's like that, it's a bit tight, but around here it's pretty good. This side might actually be a little bit better, but I'll just show you what happens. So imagine this being in the car, you go to open the door. So that lock, you see that thing there? That pin there moves down and up. When it's like that, it can't possibly open. You try to open it, it's in the road. Trouble is, when that door, when you move that, oh damn it, I can't do it with one arm. So, like someone holding the camera, it'd be a lot easier. So that's, the door can't open. Trouble is, you go to unlock it, like that. And that's sitting down like that. You go to unlock it and that's in the road. I can't possibly... I was doing this with two hands easy, but one hand can't do it. So you see it here. That thing there pushes that pin down. Trouble is, it's stuck, so that's with it stuck up. And then you try to flick... What am I doing this? You try to unlock the car and it just hits on that. Hits on that like so. But if you're able to get... I'll use that spring. Opens right up. Won't do it now because no, won't do it. I need two hands. So you get what I mean. It damn well locks up and you can't do it. So yeah, righto. Move on. I'm just do the other side now. Knock it over. I'll probably knock it over real quick now because I know what I'm doing. But yeah. With the XB Falcons, they used this plastic style one, which I find is really good while it's working. They're okay, but the guy I bought this car off, he tried to be wise and put everything aside, but even this one he had it wrapped up in tape, and it's, yeah, it's broken. Even trying to, I was marking around the doors, these are just breaking in my hands. It's a shame, but... So the XC uses a newer style, which I find it's probably a little bit better. It's a bit of a shit trying to get them out. I'm not going to use this one. This is the one out of that XC door I was telling you about, but I'll show you. I found a way of getting them out. You try to close those up just to get it out, but it doesn't work, so I'll just go. Do it with one hand. I can't do it with one hand. I'll just put the camera down. All I do, that was sitting in there before, to give it a whack with a hammer, it just pops out. Get the focus. It's not damaged at all, it's fine. So what I'll do is use that on this one. It goes in the passenger side. So I'll put that in the passenger side where it needs to go in the mechanism. It's probably already got one there, but that's ready. See what there's painted black over that when they try to go GT style this car, unreal. Yeah, got to put these stops in too. I'll do that next. That's okay. I don't just, when I put a new clip on, I film myself. It's not because I want to, it's because when I turn the camera around, I can now change the zoom to how I like it. Where if I don't, if I just go straight to filming how I am now, there's no control about zooming back. You can only go forward. So this side's really easy. So if I open it, close it, lock it, just open, unlock it. Yeah, no problems at all. Sweet. It does, this does bite a little further up than the other one. I could probably do stuff to modify it, but I think I can work with that. It's all right. So up. Yeah, bites right at the last minute. Oh, didn't want to go back down then. Back into that. Must be binding up or something. If I could show you in here. See right up there. No, I can still see it with the camera. Lift the door handle up. Those screws. Just rubbing there. Just enough to... No, I think it'll just... loosen up by itself. Let's see how we go with it. Could just get the die grinder and just... It's going back by itself now. Who knows? Back into it. New day. I've just fitted the regulator and slide of the old window. So, yeah. I need to put these stoppers, in order for it to get it to work accurately and better, it needs to hit the stopper at the back, hit the stopper at the front, and then twist the window a little bit, and then it cocks it up better at the corner here. But yeah, fortunately the scratches there, I reckon you could buff them out. I know I've heard of people doing it. Original glass too. When I'm finished, when I bought these windows, I probably shouldn't have. The new ones aren't going to match up too well with them, because they're the originals. These originals too, but the new ones, you got the option of getting clears, or you can get them in like a green. I just got clear, but I'll see how I'll go with the new windows and see how well they go with that. But I probably end up having to get them tinted, I reckon. It's a light tint just to make it look more even, but even a darker tint will look good. But these things I reckon look awesome for window tint. I've got a lot of crap laying around. Stuff that I sitting there, and one of the things that stalls me with these cars is I can't really spend money. So I bought new pistons for the Escort from America, and it's brought the bank balance down a bit, so I thought I'd start putting stuff on Marketplace. So I put one in my Jeeps, the brown one up beside the house. It's a bloody good car. Good motor, good everything really. Needs a bit of love here and there, but I was hoping my son would take interest in it, but he doesn't really care. If he does take interest in it, he's not really keen on working on them, so I put it on Marketplace and I said, no offers. No, I won't respond to lowball offers. And man, one bloke offered me half $1,000 for it, and I'm like, come on dude, didn't you read the description? Unreal. Yeah, so I'll just continue on this window. I might just put the stops in it to make sure. I want to make sure this window is 100%. I'm happy with what it's doing, because if I go to, I don't want to put the new glass in, which is going to be, I'm going to have to be super careful. And I want to make sure the windows work, the regulator's good and all that stuff. There's not much to it really. So I think this window's, it's where it needs to be. Because I've got this other door over there I'm going off as a guide bit. I think these stoppers here, obviously being a hard top and not a sedan or a panel van, it's going to be a little bit different. So yeah, so I might just I'll move on to the other side. It's one thing I had to do as well before I move on is had to lubricate the slide up in here. They bought the little roller moves across in the rail. Had to do that. Doesn't sound good. It's because the door's hollow. It always sounds like shit. It hasn't got rubbers for this to butt up against just yet. Or that, no guide, just moving around. So yeah. Just done I'll put the rubber along the top of the door. So it's like, it just sits in like a gutter. It sort of clips in. They've got the special plastic clips, but there's no chance of getting them in. I don't know why, but it seems to be staying in by itself at this point in time. But what I found is when you pull the window down and you go back up, because these windows don't use a Bailey channel like what other cars do, the window's just doing what it wants to do, and when you go down, you go back up, it sort of goes on the inside of this rubber. So I found you have to fit the trim. So just luckily I have the trims. They weren't, I don't think they're originals off this car. They look like they're off maybe an XA or XB Fairmont. It could be, I don't know. I think this is a certain style, I'm not sure. But either way, you keep these for the tops. So when I send these away to get the parchment trim, which I've already got, once you get them sorted, then yeah, I've got new rows of these to go in. They come in that full rubber kit from Rare Spares. But you see, because I put that in there, it causes it to sit where it's happy. So this here's got a clip in. I already put that in. But yeah, it sort of sits in there by itself. have any problems with it, I'll have to glue it, but yeah, really good. Awesome, looks great. Closes good too. Yep. So obviously need to get the divider in. Put the divider in, and yeah, it should be job done. Just got to put that window in, obviously. But I might just, I'll move on to the other side and do what I've done here. And yeah. I thought to myself, there needs to be rubber in there, surely. So, went for the kit. Yep, there it is. Yeah, then I use these stainless screws from Bunnings. Hole's already there, too easy. Everything's going smoothly so far. Ooh, rubber's popped out. I'll sort that out. Yeah, so it's got to fit the new window rubber divider. Probably do that now, I don't know. I'll leave it. Thought I'd put these new rubber on this divider. So it's like, it's got like a rail. It's got a groove in it where you just slides into like this rail section of the divider. I wasn't sure how I go putting this on. I know getting the old one off didn't seem to be too easy. So then what I've done, I got the other one I've got. I compared it to how it should be, and I was trying to work out how the hell you're supposed to put the rubber around the bend at the bottom, but you don't. So I think, yeah, just got to lob it off up top now. I'll lob it off a bit proud just in case I'm not happy with where it's sitting, but I've got this stuff here. I used WD-40 obviously to help it slide, but I've seen this stuff after I've done it, Rubber Magic, but I think that's more for preserving the rubbers. I thought it might have been something to help me get this on, so yep, almost finished this passenger side now. Found a way of getting this rubber to this divider. Not easy. Starting it off's the hardest part. It's getting it to go into the groove. I'm just using WD-40. Do it with one hand. Slowly going on. Need two hands. But yeah, very tricky. But this side's going along really well, mainly because I know how to do it properly, like doing the other side. But I just got to put that trim in here in. I've already got the trim in here. Got a door trim to put on here, just an old one like the other side. Yeah, looking good. Got a pair of Mickey Thompson racing slicks, and apparently some bloke's on his way now to pick them up. Got to a point with these windows. Trying to put these, I've got this divider in here, but the trouble I have is when you go to put the window down, it pulls the divider off, which is understandable. You've got this rubber here that hits the divider. Then on the inside here, you've got this big chunky rubber that rubs up really hard. Absolutely no chance. That's like that needs to be cut down. I know I did get shims that fell off this regulator for this window, but to put them in, it's only going to make the window sit out further, and it's already pretty hard up against that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll put a shout out in the Facebook group, but trouble that is I've only got the rest of today to do this, and I can't be replying to messages late tonight. I've got to be getting ready for work, so I'll just leave that for now. But I've made awesome progress on the other side here. It's coming along really good. Absolutely perfect conditions for the shed. It's not windy, it's not hot. This divider keeps falling out. It needs to be put in permanently. But I want to get this rubber bizzo. I might actually try putting this rubber in here and see how it looks, but yeah, probably have the same issue. It's pretty tight up against there too. I've got the glass in the other side in. I'll show you that next. I'm going to put the glass in this side now. So what I've found, yeah, once you take your glass out, I've got this glass where I'm happy with it. But once I take this out, if I don't mark this properly, I'm going to get all sorts of grief again. It took me like a good hour and a half to get the upper side right again. So you got these, I'll do, permanent marker. Just mark around there. Do it with my right hand, but yeah, I'll mark them out. That way I can what I'm also doing in the new glass is I'm actually putting the little fixtures that's on the glass and putting that on inside the door rather than trying to get them through, because it's really tight. I don't want to take any chance and chip the glass up. This is already been chipped, but had a mishap in the past. Yeah, so see how I go. Another day is gone already. Just had neighbours over here. Had a couple of beers. So yeah, I'll show you where I'm up to. Don't even know where I really left off, but I think it was this door. So this door's got the new glass in it. Looks freaking unreal. I think I had a lot of problems getting this right. I think the core problem was this window was too high and it brings this too close to the window. It doesn't seal really well through here. But I figured what I'd do, this door trim keeps getting caught. It's an old one anyway, it's getting replaced, but I think I should be able to I could possibly pack that up a bit to get it sitting a bit proud, just so it sits up in a window better. Maybe, I don't know. This isn't properly fixed, but the door closes beautiful. It closes really nice. Nice gap. This does sit a bit proud. I don't know, it's hard. Like you look at this car, for example, the Escort, totally different. It's got like a Bailey channel. So it guides it, you got no dramas, it just sits in there. Totally different. So that side sorted. This side here, yeah, it's pretty good. This was the hardest. This side of this car has been a mission because it had severe chassis rail rusted out. It was just a nightmare. So yeah, this side's, so yeah, closes nice. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with that. I'll probably have to, the bump stops, the stops for these back windows, I'll have to adjust them. I got these ones here. I just found these and I'm like, you know what, that's probably got something got to do with the back windows. I don't know. Someone in the comment section might be able to help me out there. Yeah, so I've got all these other parts now. I can put them aside. All the parts I got left that I'm not using, I'll gather it all up together and then save it for my brother because he's building that XA. He's got the XA Fairmont. He's doing his Falcon XB GS pack wagon at the moment, but he's super keen. And then move on to the to his coupe. So this transmission, I know I'm going to get people who are going to watch this video and they're going to go, why would you bother putting a top loader? I mean, putting a single rail, a bog water single rail in beyond a big torquey Clevo. I wouldn't have used this if I was wanting to drag race and chase big power, but for what I'm doing, this transmission will be plenty strong enough. I'm not going to do big launches on full slicks. I'm not going to be dumping a clutch like I did when I was a young fella. But I'll just wrap this video up. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing after this. I was going to plan on doing the braking system, overhaul the diff. But I'm finding extremely challenging lately the other cars, just keeping them on the road, just trying to keep on top of them. Turns out the Jeep, I took the Jeep into Bridgestone just to get him to go over it. The car's pretty good, but he said the diff center's it's clunky. And I thought, you know what, I'll replace the wheel bearings just to see if that's the issue. Replace the wheel bearings, big job. Never done it before in that car. Or any Jeep, and it turns out the diff is rooted, so I won't muck around this time. I'll just get a whole diff assembly out of another Jeep I got up beside. It appears to be in a lot better nick. They've run it out of oil in the past because they had a bad bearing, a leaky seal, and have run it dry. It's fucked the bearings in it. So that's the core of the problem. So I can easily just put another diff in, it's no problems. But that other Jeep up beside, it's getting a shitload of interest. I've got a bloke coming out during the week, pick that up, sell that, get probably two grand for it. It's worth a hell of a lot more than that if I put my time and effort into it. I'm just done with it. Too many projects. So, sold me slicks. They're gone. They've been on the market for a few weeks, but yeah, so don't know what I'm gonna do next. So I'll just put a little clip of that video of that guy with the single rail, just for those people that might think they're weak. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.